Turn the page, you dummy.
Oh, I can't believe it. He's got a date with a girl, Jody, and a girl. Do you know what this could mean?
It means she's gonna take a cold shower. That's what it means.
I'm so excited. Mary, how can you sit there like nothing's happening? Jody's got a date.
Bert, it's nice, but it doesn't have to mean anything, you know?
Mary, are you kidding? Once he finds out how soft and round they are.
Soft and round, huh? Give him a donut. At least that he can dunk in his coffee.
Hey, no, hey, let me see. Gotta change that shirt.
What's wrong with my shirt?
It's pink.
It's not pink.
Jody, please. That's a pink shirt.
Bert, it's not pink. It's shrimp. Some might call it peach.
Don't you have anything in a plaid, huh? Or brown, huh? Come on, nice, strong brown.
I'm wearing this shirt, Bert.
Okay, fine. You want to be the guy in the shrimp shirt? That's okay with me. I mean, I would want to be the guy in the shrimp or the peach shirt. Now, come here. Now, listen to me. I know a great French restaurant. Chez Antoine's. Very romantic. So dark, you got to feel around for your food. You take her there. You take it there. Now, pay attention to me, please. I just want to give you a few tips.
Bert, what's the big deal? I'm just going out for dinner.
No, Jody, you got a date.
Bert, I know what to do. You eat, you talk, preferably not at the same time.
After. What about after?
He's a fruit. What's gonna happen after?
Shut up, Bob.
I mean, he'll drop her off, go downstairs, and fall in love with the doorman.
Now, listen here. You wear some of this stuff. I guarantee it'll knock her dead.
Grunt.
Red stuff.
They have to call it grunt.
It's terrific. I wore it on the first date with your mother. She clung to me all night.
Of course I did. He took me ice skating.
No, Mary. After. After?
Ice skating. On our first date. I couldn't believe it. There I was, dressed in black taffeta, and he takes me ice skating. The next day I could hardly walk.
That's right.
For me, ice skating, Bert.
Yes. Fine. All right, now this is a big thing to remember. When a girl says no, she means yes.
Really?
Yeah, well, it's a well-known fact.
Bert.
Mary, please, this is man talk.
So, in other words, if I say, hey, would you like some wine? And she says no, I should order it anyway.
No, I after. I mean, at her apartment.
Oh, at her apartment.
You know what I'm talking about?
So when I say, hey, would you like me to leave? And she says, no, I should go. Bye.
Jody!
Right now, I'm functioning solely on adrenaline.
Hey, you guys, hey, how about some pancakes this morning?
Hey, how about some quiet at night?
Bob had trouble sleeping.
Yeah, I never heard anything like it. Thought they had the Ohio State Marching Band in there.
Funny, I didn't hear a thing.
I know your father's an idiot.
Shut up, Bob.
Oh, this is disgusting. There are other people here.
I thought I'd make pancakes this morning to kind of celebrate.
I'll help you.
Well, actually, pancakes aren't enough. It really should be something much bigger.
How about big pancakes?
I got it. A party. A party. We'll throw a party. We'll have a party to celebrate.
To celebrate?
Yeah, last night.
Bert. You can't have a party for that.
Come on, sure you can. We'll invite everybody we know.
Don't bother. Last night, half the town knew.
Hey, so, huh? How was it?
What?
What? I love this guy. He's out all night with a girl and he says to me, what? That's spectacular, right? Now you know why they write those songs.
Bert,
no. Come on. Admit it, huh? It's pretty great stuff.
Bert, you're embarrassing him.
I'm not embarrassing him, Mary. This is man talk.
Well, you're embarrassing me. It's rank.
Bert, I didn't do anything.
Oh, Oh, sure. I got you. That's it, okay. Listen, I gotta go. If we're gonna have a party, we gotta start inviting people. Listen, I'm gonna go by and I'll invite Peter in person, and then I'll go to the taste. I'll even invite them. What the heck? Oh, it's terrific, Mary. It's so terrific. I feel like Paul Revere.
You can't tell people.
Well, Mary, if I don't tell them about the party, how are they gonna know to come?
No, I mean you can't tell them the reason for the party.
Oh, I can't.
No.
How about I tell them it's a surprise party?
A surprise party?
Yeah. If they knew what it was for, boy, would they be surprised. Peter, can you hear me with the water running? Because if you can and you answered me, I can't hear you. I'm talking to water. Hey, Peter. Oh, my God. I can't get over it. I just can't get over it.
He looked so peaceful.
He was murdered.
I know.
He was my son.
I know. Darling, why don't you sit down? I'll get you a cup of coffee.
Who would do a thing like that?
Well, what I can't believe is that it happened in Connecticut. That's what I can't believe. I mean, this kind of thing happens in states like New Jersey or California or Chicago, but not in Connecticut.
Listen, everybody, why don't you help yourselves to some food? Benson's got a whole mess of food in the dining room.
It is not a mess.
Who could eat at a time like this? Who could possibly eat?
I could. I'm famished.
It's okay to eat, dear. There's nothing wrong with eating.
Peter would want us to eat.
What are you talking about? Peter is dead. What does he care whether we eat or not?
What she means, Mr. Campbell, is that life goes on.
Is that a fact? Life goes on, Hal. What about Peter's life? That did not go on.
Bert.
Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I don't know what I'm saying. It's the grief.
Thank you for coming, Father. It was really very kind of you.
You're welcome, Mrs. Campbell. I've known you two families since childhood.
I just wonder if there really is a life after death. And if there is, do you think everyone's invited?
Afternoon, Mrs. Tay.
Oh, hello, Officer Tinkler.
I'm Chief of Police Tinkler. May I come in?
I'm afraid this is a very bad time. There's been a death in the family.
Well, I know, Mrs. Tay. That's precisely why I'm here. Now, if you'll allow me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I'm Chief of Police Tinkler. I'm here because there's been a murder.
Another one?
No, it's the same one. Now, I need to ask some questions, and I need to get some answers. Fact number one. There has been a murder.
No.
Yes, Peter Campbell was murdered.
My son. He was my son.
The son of Bert Campbell. Now, the following questions need to have some answers. How? When? Where? Why? And who? It's an H and 4 W's. Number one, how? Well, according to the coroner's report, the victim was stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, and bludgeoned. That's 4 S's and a B.
And still, he looks so peaceful.
All right, what can we assume from the fact that he was stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, and bludgeoned?
That he didn't commit suicide.
Thank you. Well, we can assume that Peter Campbell either had many killers or he had one killer who really hated his guts. Now, the next question is when. When was he stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, and bludgeoned? Now, from the coroner's report, I've been able to pinpoint the time of death precisely between midnight and 7 a.m. Where? In his bathroom. And why? Why was he stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, and bludgeoned?
Because somebody wanted him dead.
Right. Now, last but not least, the most important question of all.
Who did it?
Again, he's a smart little fella. All right, who was it that stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, and, stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated, and, stabbed, shot, strangled, suffocated.
Bludgeoned.
Yeah, bludgeoned Peter Campbell right there in the privacy of his own bathroom. Who? Would anyone here like to confess to the murder of Peter Campbell before I go on with the questionings? Huh? Huh? No? No? Just as I thought. Oh, that's fine. I love a tough case. Now, let me say this, just so you know who you're dealing with when you're dealing with piece of Chalif Tinkler.
Chief of Police Tinkler.
Right. I know. I repeat, I know where the murder of Peter Campbell is right now.
Hey, what's the matter with you, for God's sake? Go get him.
Just hold your water, Mr. Campbell. Hold your water. Mr. Tate, gonna have to ask the youngster to vacate the room.
Why?
Crime's an ugly business, son.
But that's not fair. Why can't I stay? This is violence you're discussing, not sex.
Police orders, son.
Billy,
What are you standing around for, you jerk? Go get him. He'll get away.
What do you mean? I was the one that just told him to leave the room.
The murderer.
The murderer's not going to get away, Mr. Campbell. Oh, no. You see, the murderer's right here.
Where?
In this room.
Chester.
He can't.
Quiet, everybody. Quiet. Quiet! You heard correct. Oh, you can believe your ears. Right here in this room is the murderer of Peter Campbell.
I'll kill you. Whoever you are, I'm gonna kill you.
Please, would y'all just sit down? Sit down, please. Phew. Mrs. Tate, can I trouble you for a glass of milk?
Oh, yes. Benson, would you please get the sheriff a glass of milk?
and some cookies?
You have Oreos?
I can't wait to find out who did it. This is just like a movie of the week.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of. What person in this room could possibly have killed Peter Campbell?
What person?
That's right, you idiot. What person?
You, for one.
And this is how we spend our tax dollars. What would my motive be?
Jealousy?
Jealousy?
Yes, Mr. Tate.
Of course, I knew it. I knew it was him. I've always hated him.
Now, where were you last night, Mr. Tate? Between the hours of midnight and 7.
He was at Peter's killing him.
I was asleep.
Can anyone vouch for that?
Of course. Jessica?
Well, I'd like to.
But can you?
I was asleep in another room.
Can anyone else vouch for you, Mr. Tate?
Well, I'm sorry, Chester.
Mr. Tate?
Benson knows that I was here. Sorry.
Mr. Tate is one of the suspects.
What would my reason be, you idiot? What possible motive could I have had for killing him, you bumbling twit?
Because he was having an affair with your wife. Mr. Tate is one of the suspects. The second suspect is Mrs. Tate.
Me?
Yes, you, Mrs. Tate. Because you were having an affair with Peter Campbell and he left you.
Of course, I knew it. Your sweet sister, a murderess.
Don't be silly. I couldn't murder anybody. I couldn't even spank the children when they were bad.
Well, can anyone vouch for your whereabouts last night between midnight and 7 a.m.?
I was asleep in the guest room.
Did anyone see you sleeping in the guest room?
I don't know. I was asleep.
Second suspect is Mrs. Tate. Now, moving on to the third suspect, Corinne.
Oh, come on.
How do you like that? Your niece killed my son.
Where were you last night between midnight and 7 a.m.?
None of your business.
Corinne, please answer his questions. After all, he is the piece of Chalif.
Where were you?
I was at a motel.
Were you with anyone? No. But you went to the motel because earlier that evening when you came home, you found Peter Campbell in bed with another woman.
Ah, who was the fourth suspect?
No, it's impossible for a blind woman to shoot with that kind of accuracy. All right, tallying up now. So far in this room, there are three suspects. And there are more.
Oh, please.
He's a suspect.
Why?
For two reasons. Well, number one, because he's black.
That's fair.
The other reason is because he's the butler. And we all know that in many, many cases like this, the butler did it.
What?
Yeah. Where do you think they got that expression? I mean, you think they just dreamed it up? The butler did it? No. No, you're suspect number 4.
Benson.
Yeah, thanks. Now for you.
Me?
Yes, you. Where were you last night?
In a hotel in Washington.
Was there anyone with you that could testify to that?
Yeah, no.
Suspect number 5.
I was registered. I checked out this morning.
Well, that may be true. But nevertheless, you could have caught one of those shuttle flights at midnight, killed Peter, and flown back in plenty of time to check out. And that takes us to the major.
This is getting more and more ridiculous.
Well, we all know he has a gun.
Of course I carry a gun, Corporal. This is wartime.
Suspect number 7.
Carry on.
All right, summing up here, all the Tates are suspect.
Your family.
Now we come to the Campbells. Danny's a suspect.
He's not even here.
Exactly. He's disappeared. You think innocent people disappear? Plus, we all know about his connections with the underworld. You, too, are a suspect.
I can't wait to hear why.
Because you're a homo.
That's almost as good as my reason.
Well, we all know that homos do strange things. That they're homos to begin with makes them a little strange. Anyway, you got an alibi for last night?
Yeah, he does. He does, and I can vouch for him. He was out last night with a girl. Huh? And he didn't come home. He did not come home. So not only did he not do it, what he did do disproves your whole gay idea. So he's not guilty, not gay.
Fine. You give me the name of the girl. I'll check it out.
I can't.
Jody, come on. What are you protecting? She's a nurse, for God's sakes. Everybody knows about nurses.
I didn't go out with her. I stood her up.
9th suspect.
You didn't take her out? I mean, after the shaving lotion, the advice, the whole thing?
Suspect number 9.
What is that? I don't understand you. I gave you all this.
He's the 9th suspect. Suspect number 9, okay? Huh? All right, now for you guys. Where were you last night between midnight and 7 a.m., huh?
I was with Bob here.
Yeah, he was. I can vouch for him.
All right. And I'll leave you off the hook. Wait a minute. Suspect number 10.
And 11?
And 11. All right, fellow. Oh, you're a priest. Well, that leaves you off the hook. Hey, you, the Jewish guy. Who are you?
I'm Rabbi Maccabee.
Oh. Well, what are you doing here? They're Episcopalian.
Well, I was passing by on the street and I heard grief. Jewish grief, Catholic grief, Protestant grief. It's all grief to me. I do some of my best work with grief. I mean, you talk about grief. Who knows more about grief? I can spot grief a mile away.
Sit down. Boy, can they talk. Mrs. Campbell, now there's no reason in the world to suspect you. Therefore, I suspect you. Suspect number 12. All right. Moving right along to Mr. Campbell, the bereaved father, the least likely suspect of all.
Right.
Therefore, a suspect. All right, I advise all of you. No, I request all of you to remain in town. You're all suspect. You're all to remain here and available for questioning. You got that? Because sooner or later, one of you, I'm afraid, is going to be arrested for the murder of Peter Campbell. Have a nice day.